two of my friends were freshmen. They were trying to walk onto the team as well. So I was like, okay, I'll go try it. So that's when I started rowing. The first practice was in the gym right downstairs in Ganger, and it was people doing workouts on the rowing machine, and it looks like they are doing some really hard work, and instantaneously I was hooked. I would say it's the discipline of consistently putting hard work. You have to rely on 7 other guys, and because the guys are putting those kind of work, you have the trust to each other. The team's culture has definitely changed a lot over the 4 years that I've been with the program. It wasn't until our coach changed from the previous coach Jay Britt to No Warner, and No brought in basically a new understanding of rowing. And this new understanding of rowing has a lot to do with just constantly putting in the work, but the consistency trumps the moments of glories, and it's that culture that gradually builds up for the program, and everybody buys into the program, and now we're just like a cult for speed. The final decision came down to UCLA and Tufts when I was choosing, but I really didn't see myself being a large classroom, and I also discovered rowing at Tufts. So retrospectively looking, it's a no-brainer to choose Tufts, right? So my two main focuses academically at Tufts is one, international relations, and two is photography. And so basically I am still part of the program for narrative and documentary practice in the IGL. And through that, my teacher Gary Knight and Sam James, they taught me a lot about using visual elements to tell stories, and that got me started with my own personal projects. Started in Dorchester and then went to China from there. The other aspect of my learning is international relations, and I sort of crafted in a way that it helps me to understand how the world works, or rather how people have thought about how the world works. And I was very determined to be a freelance journalist, and I just thought the international relations program provides a really good platform. Becoming a freelance journalist involves a lot of, I guess you have to be full on with it. You have to live it basically, and the financial aspect of it is a little risky. And on the other hand, I cannot keep rowing. Basically, when I'm out in the field and doing stories here and there. So what I guess it's a compromise that I made, is I applied to this program at the Community Rowing Incorporated in Brighton. It's one of the biggest boathouses in the world, I guess. And I'm in their 1 year. I'm going to be in their 1 year certificate program. So I'm going to be trained as a coach. So for the future 1 year at least, I can see myself rowing a lot and coaching a lot and learning about rowing a lot. Ideally, I would be able to go back to China, and there's a growing rowing scene there, and help with making rowing a bigger thing in China, and have some free time and the financial security to do what I also really want to do, which is photography. So the biking trip from Boston to Orlando this winter was basically a fundraising thing that I basically came up with the idea during Thanksgiving, and I was thinking, what do I do this winter? Obviously I have to keep training for rowing, but also I don't really want to be stuck here in Boston. So I decided, have a bike, and I really like biking, so might as well just bike down to the coast and see what's going on the East Coast. I think it started I guess a way of escape from we always talk about comfort zone and getting out of comfort zone. Sometimes that means go talk to strangers on the street. For some other people, it's talking to that person in that party. And for me, it's about venturing into the world, places I've never been to before. So I see that's in the same vein that I'm doing with my photography. Basically, trying to be the student of the world. And obviously, cycling involves going on a lot of miles. And I learned a lot along the way. And not only I learned a lot about the world, I also learned a lot about myself, because sometimes it's really hard, and in order to push through that, there's some gut check moments. I think the most important thing for any person, find their passion or something they would rather spend time on, other than sitting in front of your desk and watch YouTube videos or playing video games. It's easy to say, and for me it's really fortunate that I found rowing first day of school, and I found photography basically first week of school, and I was dead set on both of these things, and that kind of just got me going. I understand for a lot of people it's not necessarily the case, but it's the same, getting out of your comfort zone, trying to find things that you've never done before, but also develop passions for these things, and passion drive things, and whatever the passion is, as long as it's not hurting other people, I guess that's a meaningful way of living or spending 4 years of college. So I just think identify what you really want to do and just go for it.